15 farklı hat boyunca yüzlerce obruk yapısı mevcut. Yumuşak olan kısımlardaki sıkışmadan kaynaklı bu şekilde hem kırıklar hem de
Sinkholes in this region around Konya are very interesting to me. I am from Kentucky in the central United States, and here the geology is more complicated, and the people like my colleagues here at Konya Teknik Üniversitesi are much more familiar with the local geology and how sinkholes form. And it seems that it is a complication or a combination of both volcanic activity in the past and also current human activity connected to pumping of water for irrigation for agriculture. And this is really a global challenge. I have seen this not just in Turkey, but in India and Morocco, in the United States, but it is especially pronounced here because of how the sinkholes are forming. And I am grateful to have the opportunity to learn from the local experts about the way that sinkholes form here. The number and quality of sinkholes here in Turkey compared to the rest of the world, it really depends. A lot of the control on sinkhole formation depends on the rocks that the sinkholes form in. And so both in Turkey, where I live, in Kentucky, in the USA, and in other places, sinkholes typically form where you have rock like limestone, which can dissolve relatively easily. So carbon dioxide dissolves in rainwater or groundwater, and that carbon dioxide is like gaseous water, like fizzy water. And so that gas in the water reacts with the rock to dissolve holes, and where you have water carrying that gas, you can form maybe mini sinkholes. It depends on other factors. And so, as Professor Fetullah Arık has noted, we have faults in this part of Turkey, and the number of sinkholes here appears to depend on not just the carbon dioxide in the water, but also the existence of these faults. And in addition, the pumping of water by farmers has lowered the level of groundwater, what we call the water table. And as that level falls, that also makes it worse in terms of making the sinkholes deeper, maybe causing more damage. Before I answer the question, I wanted to show you the rock. So you see the hole in the rock. This kind of hole forms when the acid from the carbon dioxide dissolves the rock. Sinkholes, I think, are increasing rapidly here, partly because of human activity. And there are other places where that is happening also. I don't know all the places in the world where it might happen, but for example, I am from Florida in the United States originally, and Florida has problems with sinkholes also, and the geology is a little bit different. We don't have mountains in Florida, we don't have faults, but the rock is similar. It is this limestone rock. And in Florida, like in this part of Turkey, there is a lot of agriculture and a lot of pumping of water for agriculture, but also for water supply for people. And so, again, as the water table lowers, as the level of groundwater goes down, that weakens the material at the surface and it collapses like we see here. I like to talk. Brachiopods, gastropods.
You can find from AFAD web page.
Okay, fantastic.
AFAD.
I can take this?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.